Project Omega.
Okay, looks like this new killbot is a big Avengers fan. The shield, the hammer. Gonna guess you've got some rockets hiding back there.
Kate, AIM has control of the bridge. We can't open it again unless we get it back.
Please just hang on.
Remembering that Project Omega is forbidden. You will be terminated.
How about a rain check?
It is not rated. Power limits accessed. To local force. Damage registered.
Hello Avengers, so I did a video where I defeated the Super Adaptoid as Hawkeye on my own solo, and I had someone ask me about my build, so I thought why not share this great moment with you guys here on YouTube as well and explain to you what's my current setup that helped me make this all possible to take on the Super Adaptoid solo as Hawkeye. So first of all, I have a Hive Mind Sword. This can be obtained from the Mega Hive, where my split shot arrow does cosmic damage, and with the cosmic potentiator it does an increased 20% amount of damage. Next up, for my arrow piece, I have the Tachyon's Race. This one's one of the most important pieces of this build because it has a targeted buff. When a ranged critical attack lands on the Super Adaptoid, there's a very high chance that it's going to activate this buff because this can be triggered by any of the split shot arrows that land on the Super Adaptoid. I also have cosmic damage in my pulsal arrows, but for the video that you saw here, I mostly use my split shot in combination of my heroics. Instead, what really helped on this gear piece was the Tachyon Surge, because it increases the overall status damage by 50% when hit by a ranged critical attack. So you can have both the targeted buff and the Tachyon Surge activate at the same time, and that increases so much the overall damage, especially for battery here. The Tachyon Race was a piece you could obtain from one of the events. However, you can still get a targeted buff and a cosmic pulsar arrow from Tachyon Storms. I gotten a purple on the PS4 version of the game, and it works very effectively as well. Next up, we have the Operative's Armor, which previously you could get from Mega Hive, now is from the Priority Mission. The main takeaway from this piece is that it increases the amount of arrows that you can fire from the split shot arrow. Lastly, I have the Eagle's Kit. The Eagle's Kit can be obtained from the last Avengers Standing mission. This was also very important for this fight because it grants me an extra nice storm charge and increases the number of targets the Hunter Arrow can hit by 3. The Hunter's Arrow, which is my ult, is the one I activated to produce instant shock status. You will see in the video that I did not start it right away. Instead, I waited a few seconds before activating it because I wanted the ult to last long enough for the split of the Super Adaptoid to happen so that the ult could still fly around those targets. So overall, what I did on this fight was I used my healing pool to protect myself from my first strikes on the Super Adaptoid, as well as boost a little bit my overall chance of attack. Using my split shot arrow, I was able to activate my targeted buff and my Tachyon Surge buff, and when that happened, I activated my ult, and thus I started creating battery effect with both my split shot arrow and the ult, Hunter's Arrow, but you have to make sure that you have the skill selected where you can apply shock to it. Once the ult runs out, you can use Cryo on Night Storm Arrow to continue to do battery with your split shot arrow. The reason I chose the Cryo is because it's overall more effective than the shock, and the Cryo gives you the benefit that it slows down enemies. So when the whole split happened of the Super Adaptoid, I was able to slow down her clones just a bit so I could have enough space to hit her. So while I didn't manage to survive the encounter, I still managed to kill the Super Adaptoid. Unfortunately, it had a bug where I could not properly activate my major artifact, so that's why it stopped me really to getting that extra damage to finish it off and actually survive. You can also see the champion points I had for the fight. Basically, my focus is on the critical chance as well as the status overall damage that you can perform. It's not going to be a huge boost, but it's just going to be just enough to give you that little extra punch. But overall in your stats, your focus should be the precision stats to boost your range, because the split shot arrow is ultimately the one that's going to do the most damage, while everything else just helps you apply status to battery with that split shot arrow. Hope this guide inspires you a little bit to go and hunt for even more exotics and other type of gear pieces to build your Hawkeye and create the ultimate weapon with him. See you next time, Avengers!